Kickers, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Front roll into a slap wheelie. Oh, look. Okay, I remember this moment. What's up, everybody? Let's break down my freestyle run from St. Louis 2024. I had this requested from a couple of you, and I honestly forgot about the run. So I had to go back and watch it and just realize why everyone was so excited to see me break this down. And honestly, it's one of those runs where I think part of it was I saw Ryan Disharoon had a 9.393, so he was leading freestyle. And a lot of times when something like that happens in front of you, the pressure comes off your shoulders. You know the fans are going to leave happy either way. You're not trying to make a moment or force a moment. Sometimes in my career, I would say that's the times when I probably drove the worst, is when I was like, this has to be good. Instead of going out there and just letting the muscle memory take over and letting the moments come to you. I think the best drivers know how to not force a moment. Let the moments come to you, all right? So we're just going to kind of live react as we go here. St. Louis 2024, and actually he's supposed to head back to St. Louis very, very shortly, so that'll be a lot of fun. Obviously, the hood isn't on the truck, and I used to get fussed at by some of our global partnerships people because it had, of course, our sponsor right there on the hood, and a lot of my big moments in my career, the hood's not on there, and I don't know why. It's like just the odds of it are crazy. So I didn't really get fussed at in a serious way. Just like, come on, man. Got to take care of our people. I like the way I started this run. Like, it's good momentum right off the bat. Good transfer. You know the fans are like, okay. Like, they're not going to the bathroom after those first two hits. They're saying, okay, this guy might do something kind of cool. After two big hits, though, like, it's pretty normal to go, not collect it, because that wasn't a small hit, but you're not going to go hit the biggest jump on the floor, especially not in the first 30 seconds. But I like the flow. Like, you'll notice some of the best runs are kind of going in like a figure 8 pattern. The ones that get stuck in just a circle and just keep hitting stuff, I don't think I think that looks boring from the seats. So I like the fact that we're kind of turning to the left, we're turning to the right, big air, rolling the dice a little bit. That flat land, you won't see me roll the dice that often on a flat land, just because the rebounds are rougher, a little bit more rough, I guess. Here we go, trying to get those kickers. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Front roll into a slap wheelie. Oh, look. Okay, I remember this moment too. When I was going into that roll, all I'm thinking about, be patient, be patient, be patient. As soon as the front end hit off of that pod, and I just gave it that little throttle tickle and the front of the truck came up, I got so excited. But I also knew I was going over towards the 8-pack. And so obviously I'm up in the air riding out a little bit of a wheelie, but I knew I was going to the 8-pack. So that's why I bailed on that pretty quickly instead of trying to get over it, because I didn't know what the 8-pack would do, and it was very, very steep. It's funny, Tyler Meninga, after this event ended, he came up to me. It wasn't the front roll that he freaked out about or anything else. He said, dude, when you caught that wheelie after that little front roll, I thought that was awesome. Those are those driver-to-driver moments that I love too, where you just get to celebrate with each other because you know you just took advantage of a moment. You just had the right throttle moment and the right time to keep that momentum going. As a driver, when things like that happen, you just start freaking out and you're like, what else can I do that might be cool? So my blood pressure in a good way goes up. Look at that huge air. You almost feel a little bit invincible after you get a cool save and a cool moment like that. And then I'm also telling myself, dude, get over and hit the backflip. Like, we've got to hit a backflip in this run.
Morgan, backflip.
All right. Consecutive flip. Come on. Now, the only thing I would fuss at myself with is I wish I could have ridden that power wheelie out. But this is such a cool way to end it. After you hit your backflip and you get a back-to-back consecutive flip, you just keep the donut going, baby. I love that Monster Jam let me do this too. Like, they let me say, that was a crazy run. Let's give the guy a little bit of room here to end with that cool donut moment. So the back-to-back consecutive flip, let's take a closer look at maybe what caused that. because it was really just the throttle itself. You'll notice the speed is good. We were still getting used to those ramps. They were new going up to this trench box here. But at the ramps, I love them. But I was trying to get used to the throttle hit. I didn't give it enough throttle. That's what didn't allow the back of the truck. I was off the throttle before the back of the truck touched the trench box. So I just kind of gave it a whoop. So I'm off the throttle right there. So it didn't allow the back of the truck. It almost caused the back of the truck to bounce off the trench box instead of rotating off of it. Right? So I'm already off of that. Instead of that back of the truck going up, it just kind of bounced and didn't allow the front of the truck then to kind of come down to rotate. Now you hear a little throttle pop. I can tell when I'm upside down that I was about to under rotate it. So I still gave it a little bit of a throttle pop. As I felt it rotate, it looks like I did give it a little bit of a brake tap to slow it down. And I think that's what caused the front of the truck to bounce so hard up into the air. Like that, a lot of times, it's not the throttle tickle, even though you heard the throttle tickle again when the back of the truck touched. Okay, so that kind of gave it all of the bounce that you need to get that second rotation. But that's a high consecutive second flip right there. That's really high, which is cool. But it's just one of those moments where you're trying to do the right thing on the throttle and the brake, and sometimes it just kind of works out. Again, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're good. The best moments are when you're a little bit of both. Right there, though, how cool would that have been if I just would have stepped on it? I'm going to be honest, after 2 consecutive flips, back-to-back flips like that, you're kind of just trying to get your bearings. You knew something cool was happening. You're just glad that you're seeing the stadium lights and not the dirt coming out of your windshield. And I hesitated just for a moment instead of capitalizing on that, going back onto the throttle and then maybe just riding a power wheelie over there. Whap. And then again, in my mind, all I'm thinking, I knew the run was pretty much over. Just cut it into a mean, nasty, fun donut. So I think we won freestyle. Let's go forward. I did think this was funny too.
For the best
I got so pumped up.
for the 2024 season.
You would too, okay? Some people are like, do you do that because you know the cameras are on you? Of course not. Guys, you're driving a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. You get so pumped up when things go your way. And then also I was just sitting there thinking like, we better get a decent score. 9.7, one of the higher freestyle scores I've gotten in my career. So that was so much fun and cool. So St. Louis 2024, certainly one of my better freestyles of my career. Just had a bunch of those cool wow moments. Very proud of it, but also I'm not going to sit there and, how much of that was planned? None of it. It was a matter of just getting around the track and again, rising to the occasion when the moment goes your way and the truck rolls your way. And so momentum is your friend in Monster Jam. And some runs you've got it, some runs you don't. So enjoy the highs and then let the times when it's not your day roll off your back. Because if it's not my day, I can tell you this year in 2024, when it wasn't my day, it was Tyler Meninga's day. It was Ryan Disharoon's day. It was some of these other drivers that, man, they're so good. And it was so fun watching everybody perform at that level. All right. So hope you enjoyed that breakdown. Like this video, share it, comment below, and let me know what you want to see us break down next.